In a heartfelt message that sent waves across the wrestling world, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the legendary face of New Japan Pro Wrestling (NJPW), has opened up about his incredible 26-year journey in professional wrestling, a career that has defined an entire generation of Japanese wrestling and influenced countless stars worldwide. As his retirement from active competition approaches, Tanahashi reflected deeply on his storied career, the highs, the lows, and the moments that shaped him into the ace of New Japan. His words not only carried emotion but also served as a reminder of how much he has given to the sport and the millions of fans who have cheered for him over the decades. The beginning of a legend. Hiroshi Tanahashi's journey began in 1999, when a young and ambitious graduate from Ritsumeikan University entered the dojo of NJPW with a dream to restore the prestige of Japanese wrestling. Back then, New Japan was struggling through a turbulent era. Fans had started drifting away, and the industry lacked the star power it once boasted. But Tanahashi, with his charisma, resilience, and unmatched passion, would soon become the beating heart of NJPW. He debuted against Tadaki Watanabe and quickly became known for his explosive energy, fiery spirit, and signature style that blended technical brilliance with emotional storytelling. Within a few short years, Tanahashi rose to stardom, not just as a wrestler, but as a symbol of hope for Japanese wrestling fans. His journey from an underdog rookie to the main event scene was nothing short of inspirational. The rise of the Ace. By the mid-2000s, Tanahashi was already being called the Ace of New Japan. His rise to that title wasn't easy. It came through years of perseverance, injury battles, and putting his body on the line night after night. In 2006, he captured his first IWGP Heavyweight Championship, marking the start of a reign that would redefine NJPW's modern era. Over the years, Tanahashi went on to hold that prestigious title 8 times, a record that stood as a testament to his dominance and dedication. But what truly separated him from others was not just his skill, it was his ability to connect emotionally with the fans. Whether he was fighting against Kazuchika Okada, Shinsuke Nakamura, or Kenny Omega, Tanahashi always told a story that went beyond wrestling moves. His battles with Okada are now considered legendary rivalries, comparable to classics like Ric Flair vs. Ricky Steamboat or Shawn Michaels vs. Bret Hart. Every encounter was more than a match, it was an epic chapter in wrestling history. The era of renewal. When New Japan faced tough times in the early 2000s, Hiroshi Tanahashi was the man who carried the company on his shoulders. He became the face of NJPW's revival, bringing back mainstream popularity, media attention, and a new generation of fans. Tanahashi's charisma transcended borders. His appeal reached the United States, the United Kingdom, and beyond, helping NJPW expand its global presence. He wasn't just a champion in the ring, he was an ambassador for Japanese wrestling, promoting the strong style with grace and pride. Through countless injuries, from torn biceps to back problems, Tanahashi continued to perform, often saying, "Greater than, the ace never gives up. If I fall, I'll rise stronger. That's my promise to New Japan." The emotional reflection. Now, as the sun sets on his in-ring career, Tanahashi spoke with deep emotion during a recent NJPW interview. He said, "Greater than, I've been blessed to live this life for 26 years. Every match, every cheer, every pain, it's all part of who I am. I've given everything I could to this ring, and the ring has given me everything in return." The emotion in his voice reminded fans of why they love him, his humility, his fighting spirit, and his deep love for wrestling. He also reflected on the challenges of keeping his body going after so many years of physical punishment, admitting that every match became more difficult, but his heart never let him stop. "Greater than, when I hear the fans call my name, I forget the pain." That's the power of professional wrestling. Legacy of an icon. Tanahashi's legacy goes far beyond titles and victories. He is a mentor to many of today's top NJPW stars, including Kazuchika Okada, Tetsuya Naito, and Kota Ibushi, who all grew up idolizing him. Many wrestlers credit him for reviving the spirit of Japanese wrestling and paving the way for NJPW's global success. Without Tanahashi, the international wrestling boom that NJPW experienced in the 2010s might never have happened. In 2018, his incredible performance against Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 13 reminded everyone that even after 2 decades, the Ace still had magic left in him. He walked into that match as the veteran hero, and walked out as the timeless symbol of perseverance. Words from the wrestling world. As news of Tanahashi's upcoming retirement spread, tributes poured in from around the globe. Wrestlers from WWE, AEW, and NJPW alumni all shared heartfelt messages. Kazuka Okada said, "Greater than, Tanahashi is the man who saved New Japan. Without him, there would be no Okada, no modern NJPW. I'll always respect him." Kenny Omega tweeted, "Greater than, the ace inspired me to be better, not just in the ring but as a person. His influence is eternal." Even international legends like Chris Jericho and Bryan Danielson praised Tanahashi's impact, calling him a once-in-a-generation performer. What's next for Tanahashi? Though Tanahashi is stepping away from in-ring competition, he has hinted at staying involved with NJPW in a non-wrestling role. Many fans believe he could take up a position as a trainer, ambassador, or executive, continuing to shape the future of the company he helped build. He also mentioned wanting to spend more time with his family, something he sacrificed for decades while touring around the world. "Greater than, I want to give time to my family now. They supported me through every injury, every comeback. It's time to give back to them." The final chapter. The wrestling world knows that Tanahashi's farewell will be nothing short of historic. NJPW is reportedly planning a grand retirement event, where fans from around the world will gather to celebrate the legacy of the Ace. His final match, whenever it takes place, will undoubtedly be emotional, with fans chanting, "Go Ace." One last time, for a man who gave everything to professional wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi's story is not ending, it's simply transforming into a new chapter. As he once said, "Greater than, heroes come and go, but the spirit of wrestling never dies. I'll always be a part of that spirit." Conclusion. Hiroshi Tanahashi's 26-year career stands as a shining example of passion, perseverance, and love for the art of wrestling. He carried NJPW through dark times, inspired the next generation, and reminded the world why wrestling is more than just a sport, it's a story of the human spirit. Even as he steps away from the ring, his influence will echo forever in the hearts of fans and wrestlers alike. Because, the Ace of New Japan will always live on, not just in history, but in the soul of wrestling itself.